You're watching SightSoundsFlavors.com. We're here in the city of Madison, county seat of Jefferson County, Indiana, about 50 miles from Louisville, Kentucky. 12,000 folks live here, and about 155 blocks of Madison are designated a National Historic Landmark. As of 1850, this is the third largest city in Indiana, and of course it's also considered to be the largest city between Louisville and Cincinnati on this side of the Ohio River. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around here. There's no way that we can do all of downtown in one video. Hello. But it's a beautiful city, and I want to show you a little bit of it, and show you some of the people, some of the businesses. I had no idea that it was this big, and as I said, Wikipedia states that by 1850 it was the third largest city in Indiana, and very, very hilly here. And we'll be doing a lot of 360s. This is West Street and Main Street. So Main Street is the main drag. I know some people get a kick when I say the main drag. They've got a very nice mural up here for the Festival of Art, last full weekend in September. And looks like there's a theater here, Ohio Theater it looks like. Got an interesting sign for Irene Dunn, born in Louisville, 1898. After father's death, moved to Madison, graduated from Madison High School in 1916. And so she has a role in Madison. And there's the Ohio Theater. It looks to have actual movies right now. So, and also maybe some live entertainment as well. Wolf Pen Branch, November 19th, $12, and then $20 at the door. And a lot of nice businesses here. Lots of people walking about. Hopefully I don't get any copyrighted music on there, but it's kind of hard to avoid because a lot of these stores have music blasting out. Interesting little alleyway here as well. Looks like there's a mural there and a walk up, maybe some lofts and such. And we'll be coming around the other blocks. I like to walk each way, so there's a lot of stuff. There's like a hair salon here. I know you guys like seeing different businesses, and sidewalk is pretty packed, so that's good. And a lot of shops are open, which is good. I believe the courthouse is down there on the right, so we'll probably walk there. This is a nice looking business here. Look at the cows there with the Santa Claus hats on. And there's a church down here at the end. Of course, a Masonic lodge right there. And I say, of course, a Masonic lodge because I feel like every city that we go to has one. And the Masons are very active. All the forefathers were Masons, most of them at least. And House of Jane, which is a barber shop and art. What is it? A barber shop and an art gallery? Wow, that's interesting. Dixie Bell Paint Company, chalk mineral paint. So chalk mineral paint, huh? Interesting. The Mad Flea, I don't know what chalk mineral paint is. I'm not sure if that's like the standard for paint, but got a nice clock up here. Bourbon and Bird Dogs, Bourbon and Bird Dogs, a gentleman's boutique. Huh. I don't know what a gentleman's boutique qualifies as. I'm guessing like maybe like shaving creams and razors and cologne, I guess. I don't know. Got Muddy Fork Antiques and Collectibles. I got all sorts of. Got some mixing stuff, chairs, stools, a paint bucket. Interesting. That right there probably would be the courthouse for Jefferson County, I would imagine. Island style massage. Huh. Not sure what well, let's see here. So, Amy Noel, she's an LMT, so she's a licensed massage therapist. Became an LMT in Hawaii in '03. She's an integrative nutrition health coach, a holistic fitness specialist, a Reiki master, sound healer, and yoga teacher. So yeah, come on out here to her business here, which is Island Style Massage. I almost feel like I'm at the beach right now. It's pretty cool. And she's obviously spent a lot of time and effort with the palm trees there and all that. So, and a good sign. A good sign's very important. So, and then they've got a Simply Natural salon. A lot of salons here. So that would make me believe that there's a lot of money here. There are people that maybe not a lot of money, but maybe people that care about taking care of themselves. You know, got a Dollar General there, and I like these power boxes, I guess you'd call them. Down there in the distance, you can still see that fog, which I still see because it's already, you know, almost noontime, and the fog is still here. Usually the sun will burn off the fog, you know, about like 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever, but it's just a lot of fog today, or haze, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Now, downtown Madison is actually quite large. Wikipedia says that 155 blocks of it are designated a historic landmark. So there's really no way to cover it all in one video. Street side history: Jefferson County Courthouse completed in 1855. The Greek Revival style brick and stone courthouse replaced a smaller octagon-shaped courthouse that burned in 1853. In 1869, the roof was rebuilt with the steeper pitch that exists today. The structure has survived fires in 1859 and again in 2009, both causing severe damage. Visit madison.org. Interesting. So a 2009 fire, I could see an 1859 fire, but a 2009 fire, that's pretty unusual to say the least. But yeah, I guess fires can happen at any time. But it sounds like both of the fires caused substantial damage. And it looks like down at the end there's the Hillside Inn. So show you a little bit of the courthouse here. And it's a beautiful courthouse. You got Old Glory there flying, as she should. And we'll come back around and do a YouTube short, and we'll do some stuff for TikTok and Instagram later. And from here it's a beautiful view. And I suspect walking back we won't have the sun in our face, but I'll tell you something, sometimes having the sun in your face is a blessing. Down there you could see some sort of a plant billowing out smoke. not so crazy about that, but it's a major city and it needs power, so until we can get solar and wind going, we gotta burn it, so unfortunately. Explore downtown Madison. I love the signage that they've got. I love that they want visitors to know where to go, and that's going to save time. It's going to make the trip all that much more culturally enriching. There's Old Glory again, flying proud. Little People's Boutique, children's specialties. Oh yeah, this is so much better because we don't have the sun in our face, and we can get a better feel for the downtown. How's it going?
All right, how are you?
Good, thank you. So much better walking without the sun in my face.
Oh,
over there it was like,
yeah,
so got a lot of nice shops here. One jewelry store. Looks like we haven't seen any jewelry stores. Bellows Pizza. There's a Chinese restaurant on the corner that's got a really cool exterior. I think it's called Hong Kong, I believe. And they got Coors here and Modelo. Our kitchen will not be open until 4 o'clock. Bar is open. That's cool. We got a lot of this Wolf Pen branch seems to be pretty popular because they're posting. And this is also something that you see in big cities. No public restrooms, which again.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you? Just curious. What are you videotaping?
I'm sorry.
I'm just curious what you're videotaping.
Madison.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just wondered. I watch a lot of the First Amendment auditors videos, and I thought you were doing that.
No. My site is called sitesoundsflavors.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like all about the history and all that, but I love the First Amendment auditors too.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
That's not what I'm doing, but yeah.
You were at the courthouse, and I was like.
No, yeah. But sometimes the cops will stop me and they'll be like, "What are you doing?" I'm nice to them, but the First Amendment auditors are like, well, some of them are nice and some of them are like, mind your own business, but I'm always nice.
Some of them are, I feel like some of them provoke it.
Yeah.
And some of them are just like.
There's one that I watch a lot. It's called Emma Ganson Press.
Yes.
And he's cool and his son is cool, but they kind of push it a little bit.
They push a little bit.
A little bit.
I just thought.
So it's Sight Sounds Flavors, and then my main site is exploringkentucky.com. You can pull it up on your phone if you want. Exploringkentucky.com. That's the one I post most to, but Sight Sounds Flavors is like all around.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, Emma Ganson Press and watching the Watchmen, like they push it a little far, I think. And you know, a lot of people, I'm a fan, but you know, those guys are also making, which they don't actually actively say on their videos, but they're also making, you know, like $100,000, $200,000 a month off of Google AdSense, and they don't really say that. You know, they say that they're doing it because, you know, they're fighting for the First Amendment, which they are. But you guys are also making a lot of money, and so, you know, they push it a little much. You know, I like what Nasty Nathaniel does. You know, he's a lot more respectful and still gets the job done. You know, it just depends. It depends like what your motivation is. But yeah, a lot of people are watching First Amendment auditors, and sometimes they think that's what I'm doing, but it's not. Thanks. SightSoundsFlavors.com and ExploringKentucky.com are tourism-based, history-based, cultural enrichment-based. That's what I do. So if people ask, you know, what my name is, I'll tell them. What my website is, I'll tell them. Where I'm from, I'll tell them. I'm not here to, you know, raise suspicions or push envelopes or cards, you know. And I want people to see the video. I want them to go and log on and see the other videos that I've got as well. ExploringKentucky.com is mainly Kentucky, and then, well, it's all Kentucky, but then SightSoundsFlavors.com allows me to come to Indiana and Ohio and other places that are not Kentucky. So obviously I'm not going to come to Madison, Indiana for ExploringKentucky.com, which is absurd. So, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Great.
If you guys want to see yourselves, it's SightSoundsFlavors.com.
All right.
SightSoundsFlavors.com. And then my main site is ExploringKentucky.com, but we're not in Kentucky though, so yeah, take care. Yeah. So See, that was fun. But I love to interact with people, and I love for them to see themselves, and I love to showcase these beautiful businesses. They've worked so hard to really just be inviting, you know what I mean? And it's really difficult. This is the place I was talking about, Hong Kong Kitchen. I love the whole outside of it. Very, very beautiful. Sorry.
Oh, no,
If you want to see yourself, it's sightsoundsflavors.com. Yeah, sightsoundsflavors.com. Thank you. So, yeah, so basically Madison has got 155 blocks that are designated historical landmark, okay? So that means that everywhere that we walk in Madison, I hope I didn't say Wisconsin, we're in Madison, Indiana. Everywhere in Madison is basically a historic landmark, okay? There's that. Then there's all these beautiful buildings, right? That's two. These amazing sidewalks, and then all this passerby traffic, and this passerby traffic has, you know, 10 ice cream shops to go to, 10 bars to go to, 10 restaurants to go to. Each business owner has got to make their business stand out. So they might put out a plant, they might put out a sign, they might put out an open sign, you know what I mean? They may put out chairs, you know? It's all about bringing the business in. And so I feel that by doing a video like this, for anybody that wants to come to Madison, Indiana, and they watch this video just to get kind of like a sneak peek, it's worth it, because they might say, wow, I really, really like S.C. Tucker, Scott Lynch crew, whatever, you know, like I like the signage, I like the colors. I don't even know what they're about, but I want to find out more. You know what I mean? And they may be an insurance broker, but it doesn't matter, because once somebody puts a foot in the door, a relationship is made. You know what I mean? A Datlib Fruit Company. And a lot of businesses are based right out of here in Madison, so that's also very cool. There's the fruit company there. So everybody's been super friendly, really, really nice.
You guys want to go across the store? Sure.
This is a comfort station. What is a comfort station? Restrooms, refreshments, visitor information. Oh, that's very cool. And that's actually really cool, because a lot of the businesses will not allow restrooms to the public. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
And so this is an antique shop. There's a lot of antique shops here in Madison. Another place to go for antique shops would be Carrollton. Carrollton's got a lot of antique shops in Kentucky. This is the grime scene. Huh. The grime scene. I almost thought it was the grim scene, but there's an E there, so it's the grime scene. I'm not really sure what that is. Red peppermint ice cream yogurt. I mean, there's like literally at least a half a dozen ice cream shops. And again, here you go. No public restroom, but they got the Main Street station half a block that way, which we already saw. And then there may be some lofts up here as well. And that's very, very common for downtown businesses. Good morning. I think it's still morning, I'm not sure. Here they've got Madison Buy, Sell, and Trade. And they've got books and stickers and video games, DVDs. They've got the signage here as well. So like I said, it's all about drawing in business. They have this little pantry here, which is pretty cool. I don't know if they have it or this is a community thing. I love this here. Be kind. Art on Main, gallery and gifts. Hello. Looks like they have a little art gallery thing going on here or something. Got a lot of cool things. Nice little store in there. EricFaganArt.com. That's very cool. Binzer's Custom Framing. Really nice church up there. Not sure if it's like, for some reason I want to say it's Episcopalian, but I have no idea what denomination it is, but it is a really nice church. And then again, you see like these alleyways here, but they're not like your standard alleyways. I mean, like, it goes pretty far down. It's probably at least 4 blocks. They're very clean, and again, all of this is a historic landmark, so you figure that you got a shoe repair, but they've got some really nice artwork in there. That's pretty crazy. A shoe repair with nice art. How's it going? How are you? So the thing with this is that everything is historic, so they can't just raise things and build things. Everything's got, like, you know, regulations. A city that reminds me a lot of this on the Kentucky side would be Newcastle, the county seat of Henry County. They also are very much a historic city, and you know, a lot of the businesses there complain that they can't, you know, make additions or, you know, remodel at will because it's historic, you know. And that's the thing, when it's historic, you can't do that. Crafted Coffee, Crafton Brothers, Madison, Indiana. And you know what, I feel like I don't really like walking into neighborhoods all so much, but maybe walk a couple of blocks this way just to show you around a little bit more, just give you that VIP treatment. Women's rights or human rights, I do love that. And again, we are on the public right of way. I thought it was interesting though that you know, I've thought about doing a First Amendment channel. I won't lie, I have thought about that. Doing what I do isn't very much different than that, with the exception that I say who I am, I say my sites. I don't know, I know it's a, I'm thinking about it, but I don't want to do it the way, and again, this is not a knock on Watching the Watchmen or Emiganson Press. If anything, it's maybe a constructive criticism, but I don't like their style. Let's just put it that I don't like their style. I do watch them, I am subscribed to them, but I don't like their style, honestly. I really don't. But I do like to watch them. I watch things I don't like all the time, and I subscribe to things I don't like all the time. You know, it's just I respect what they're doing. I respect their movement. Should be everyone's movement. I agree 100%. If you don't flex your rights, you lose them. But I don't like, they're a little rude, okay? They're a little rude. They like to push buttons, and they're making a lot of money, so they don't really disclose that, because it would, you know, I think people would not think so highly of them as idealists if they knew they were making 6 figures a month. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I've heard based on different analytics and metrics that some of the YouTube channels that speculate as to how much trending channels make have said. You know, they said that they make 130, 150,000, if not more, a month. There's 2 of them, so you're multiplying that by 2. And if you think about it, they're renting out RVs, and you know, they got hotels to consider, and they've got food on the road, and so it isn't that much of a stretch that they could be making that kind of income off of what they're doing. So I think that when you're factoring that in, the idealism of it all kind of, I don't know, it's a little questionable. But I have thought about possibly doing a First Amendment channel, possibly, and maybe doing it a little differently, you know, testing the First Amendment, but then, you know, not being like super guarded about my name and where I'm from. I mean, right now I'm wearing a strengthaddicts.com hoodie. That's my main site, my bodybuilding site that I've had since August of 2008. I would wear that to an audit, you know, so that if people wanted to go to strengthaddicts.com or Google Strength Addicts, they would see me, my name, where I'm from, what I'm about, that I'm a lawyer, that I'm a vegetarian, that I'm a history buff, and they would know all of that without having to, you know, follow me back to what they think is my car getting what they think is my plate, running that, which is illegal by the way, and then ultimately figuring out that they still can't find out who I am. That doesn't do anything for me. I also probably wouldn't go to courthouses because I think that, not because I'm an attorney, but just because I think that's a little much. I would just mainly stick to sidewalks in public areas. So I don't know how big of a First Amendment channel that would be, but that would be the First Amendment channel that I would have if I had one. But right now I'm happy doing this. Like I said, it gets me out of the house. I'm a huge history buff. I love talking to people. I love putting smiles on people's faces. And I feel like a lot of that First Amendment auditing work, while noble, just really would antagonize a lot of people. So I didn't get you when I walked by the first time. Is this okay, the watchtower? Cool.
Yeah.
You guys are, you don't mind if you're on here? You guys are the hardest workers ever. So you got the watchtower, and then you've got what's the other one? There's
the Awake magazine.
The Awake magazine, right? Yeah. You guys work so hard,
Thank
you go everywhere, fearless, and always in pairs, that's very smart.
And we're worldwide.
And you're worldwide.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, always go in pairs, guys. That's something that you learn as a little kid, is to go in pairs, and that's like the thing. Like when you're an adult and you're, spreading the good word, you should not go alone. You should always go in pairs. And they knock on doors, and they're on street corners, and they're at subway stations, and they're very, very nice people. And America is based on religious freedom. So not only should folks be allowed to practice their religion of choice, but we should celebrate the right that they celebrate. No, excuse me, it's a little cold, I'm so sorry. We should celebrate the fact that they are practicing their religion. So a lot of times people forget that. They say, oh, well, the framers believed in freedom of religion. No, they didn't just believe in it, they celebrated it. It was that was very, very important. Because in England, it was Church of England. If you weren't part of the Church of England, you were doomed. If you were a Calvinist, a Catholic, a Jew, a Hindu, a Buddhist, whatever, you weren't part of Church of England, you weren't going to be part of anything. So they made it a point, a bedrock principle, that religious freedom was here in the United States. So again, it's not just, tolerating or embracing. I feel religious freedom should be celebrated. So anyways, and what a better way, there is no better way than to end with Old Glory, after we just went on this sort of tangent about freedom of religion and the inspiration of the forefathers, the framers, than Old Glory. So I hope you enjoyed Madison, Indiana, capital county seat, I should say, of Jefferson County, Indiana. And I hope that you will come and visit. Definitely check out these awesome stores. They're really doing it here. And stay tuned for more from sightsoundflavors.com. Also check out exploringkentucky.com for Kentucky content, and we'll see you soon.